Hey YouTube, I want to put together a quick video. I left a similar comment on Silver Futurist's latest video as well as Rocky's latest video. But I thought, maybe I can actually put a video together on this and create a discussion. At my place of work, we diversity classes have always been a big part of my job, right? Trying to create a workplace where you're able to blend the ideas of people from all over the world, make you aware of certain sensitivity, sensitivity of certain things, and how you speak, and how things can be taken wrong. And usually, it's obviously as far as like sexual harassment or making women feel uncomfortable. People with different cultures, different viewpoints, coming from different places in the world. You guys know all this stuff. And it was always pretty interesting. It was like one of the things I learned right out of the gate was that usually guys use sports euphemisms when describing something, right? We're just in the bottom of the first on this, right? And you'll just throw that stuff out, and they made us aware that, well, when women are in the room, they may not realize the significance of being in the bottom of the first. They may not necessarily be sports fans or just non-sports fans in general. You're alienating a somebody in the room when you speak like that, stuff like that. So that's been an ongoing part of my career. Well, recently our diversity class was a little different. And I found it really interesting. It was how to conduct yourself when you're working with the working poor. Okay. To me, it was literally, we as a company will no longer be paying a livable wage to people that come into the company. It was always... back in the day, 5 years ago, years and years ago, when you got into this company, you were basically assured of a pretty good middle class lifestyle. You were going to make a livable wage, a wage that you could bring up a family on, and you could have a good work-life balance because you made enough money that you weren't just completely scrambling all the time. Well, this class, when I look at the starting wage that they offer now, coupled with this class, to me, this was just a shot over the bow that we're not going to be paying a livable wage anymore. And it's a real shame. And what it was funny when I took the class, there was some eye-opening stuff in there. Basically how poor people think differently than people with means, and some of it's really obvious. I guess when you think about it, it's just. It's funny, I work with people that literally will complain about the property taxes on their lake house, and you want to just kind of backhand them and say, I have trouble paying for groceries, so, I'd be happy to have, or the price to fill up your boat on the lake, because the price of gas is $6 a gallon on the lake. Stuff like that, and you just kind of want to smack these guys, but they're not doing it on purpose. This is the life they live in. This is the stuff they complain about. Whereas when you're the working poor, it's literally, I need enough gas in my car to get home. I don't have a credit card. I need to go to my boss and borrow $10 just so I can get home. They discussed about how richer people, presentation is everything to them. How, if you go to a rich person's house for dinner, you get your own steak. They wouldn't even dream of cutting up a piece of steak and divvying it out like they would in a poor person's house, that has a family-style dining kind of thing. Just little stuff like that. But it wasn't the point of the class and how to, it wasn't the point, it wasn't what I learned in the class that was striking to me. It was basically my company saying, and, I've seen this year in and year out now for raises. Raises have just been dismal. And at some point, I would like to do a video on wage deflation, because it's something that we're all really seeing. And unless you have a really specialized career, every year gets a little bit tougher. But like I said, the fact that they're literally training us on how to conduct ourselves around the working poor just had me shaking my head. Is this the new normal? Is this what we're going to be seeing now? And oh, by the way, our company's cash coffers are at record levels. They've never been higher. Executives making compensation packages that will just make you blush. And yet the workers are getting nothing. As we are doing the yeoman's work and doing all the work and filling up the company's coffers with record profits and I don't know, it's just a head scratcher to me. So this is the new normal. We are now going to pay people a non-livable wage. And oh, by the way, we're going to train you on how to work with these people. I don't know, it sucks. And unfortunately, I'll never be my own man, so to speak. I'll never work for myself. That's just not going to happen. I can't take that kind of risk with a family. So I will always be working for somebody else. But is this the new reality? Work your job and hope that you're not laid off as you experience benefit cuts, as you experience wage deflation. I got a good rating this year, and I will be very lucky to get a 1.5% raise. And that goes with a 0% raise last year. So, and as the cost of living goes up, it doesn't get any easier. So, have you guys heard of anything like this? And what are your thoughts?